Okay.
I don't know if you would want to
It's
pick.
not the greatest meatball game against
Yeah.
Shaker. I guess that's why they take the Shaker so early, right? Because like it just it's a good pick and it also denies the meatball pick.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
it covers all their bases.
Yeah,
Ogre
for
5
again.
sure.
seconds remaining.
So it's gonna be an Ogre 5, I assume. It doesn't seem like any of these
Dire
teams like to
team
play Ogre 3. I'm dying. Mm, so NoPing. NoPing has to pick a core right now. I think
10
Well,
seconds
Juggernaut and
remaining.
Smart.
Lifesteal are still available.
Void's still in the
Well,
pool.
that is true.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know how much South American teams value Void. I know that a lot of
I
NA
don't
teams,
think they would want to pick Void against Rubik for the most part.
right? And they don't really have much damage for the Chrono anyway for no ping. So I don't think they're gonna pick Void up. Um, I don't know. I personally think like PL will be okay. What other heroes are okay? Um, I think Berna also plays Lycan. Wait, Berna's on the other team, never mind. So Ember Spirit, be fine. Pretty good with Coddle. Life Stealer again, wouldn't be surprised.
Radiant team pick.
Juggernaut.
Oh, Juggernaut. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
I don't know
standard.
how much I like Jug. Yeah, I think Jug's okay, but I feel like Jug's one of the weaker carries when not paired with Magnus. But
Dire
it's
team
it's still
ban.
pretty decent. It's a tomb hitter, pretty decent. You do give a lot of good spells away to Rubik though. Healing Ward is really good. So is Spin.
Radiant team ban.
They take Omni-Knight for themselves. Pretty simple. You don't really have to worry about Jug that much in lane, especially not against Jug Ogre. Uh,
Radiant
see,
team
they
pick.
ban Huskar. They ban
Dire
Ember.
team pick.
Oh,
Templar
I was getting
Okay.
assassin.
excited. I was thinking, you know what? Even though there is a Shaker, a Meepo would be really interesting. But they go for the
Right.
Templar Assassin instead. A little bit
No
more
ping bang on the
boring.
Huskar, so they can pick the TA. Bang on the Ember as well. Obviously a good pick with the Coddle. It's a good pick here. Let's see.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
How long has
remaining.
it been since Venom Mid was a thing?
Oh, it's been a while. Unless your name's Bloody Nine, I don't think you play Venom in that much. I mean, he does make the hero look good, so maybe we'll see it here.
Wow, one of the players on Lucchini, their Steam name is a very weird. I think that's physics.
Wait, which one? Like No Ping, Lucini,
Yeah, a team that's not even in this game.
right?
I'm just like looking at it on Dota Buff. I'm like, wait a second, why would you do that?
They're taking their time. I think I'm not sure what they're going to pick here. There are a couple of decent picks, I guess, against Omni, TA. They do have last pick against TA though.
You may now select your
Storm Spirit.
heroes.
I don't know about that. I mean, it is very good against the support duo of Rubik and Undying, but I'm not sure Storm Spirit is the best hero for them here. We'll have to see. I guess No Ping knows what they're doing. Lapses is the captain as well, so he probably picked his own hero last, as usual. You can always tell when your core player is your drafter, because especially when it's a mid laner, because they'll just last pick their own hero. Like last game, he last picked his own hero, Slark, and this game he just last picks his own hero, Storm. So pretty obvious when the core player is a drafter.
You definitely want to make sure that you have the right matchup for yourself.
Yeah, you don't be counterpicking yourself, you know. So I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty TA favorite matchup for Storm, but it's been a while since I played mid, so I wouldn't know. And I would think that it's TA favorite because it used to be TA favorite, but ever since denies, you can't deny with infraction. It might not be as good, but side blades can be really annoying though.
I've seen Atun do pretty well with the side blades in lane. Some
Yeah.
kind of surprising kills in the past.
Yeah, aside from the Storm, I like NoPing's draft because I think they have good team fight, they have decent wave clear, they have good siege. They have okay catch with the Shaker Fissure and Storm.
Prepare
Unknown's team is definitely lacking catch aside from this Rubik. So they do have the damage, good Roshan, decent team fight as well with Gyro and Undying, Omni. Yeah, it's really interesting. There's Undying versus uh, Earthshaker plus Coddle, I want to say. Yeah. This Coddle's ready. He's got 2 selves. Put Sentry down. Gonna block the camp with that one. It's an interesting approach. Normally, Coddles want to be stacking the hard camp and then clearing it with Illuminate. But maybe he just intends on making sure that because he's laying against Undying, it's going to be under on his side most of the time. So he doesn't want to make sure the enemy gets pulls off reliably.
Yeah, they definitely want to keep control of this lane as much as they can. As far as the runes go, you would expect them to have quite a bit of control over bottom, where the Juggernaut
Yeah.
probably do his best.
That Radiant's going to get top for sure. It's just a Juggernaut. Like he's alone here. There's no way he's getting anywhere. It's a good fissure block from King RD. We're
Yeah.
just going to get low.
If this Ogre wasn't just standing on the rune, they might have gone for the Gyrocopter, but instead they'll just pick up both, keep their mana, and get over to the lanes.
This is really cool. Like Atun has gone for the Basilius build. I think ever since Bassi got its rise in popularity, this item's pretty good in mid lane, especially against like some hero like Storm or any hero that requires on last hitting with physical damage. You can just toggle it on and off. Wait, another pause. Does the carry player need another moment again? Oh, this time it's off.
Your own damn fault.
But yeah, as I was saying, it's good for TA just because it gives her a little bit of damage boost. Gives her the mana sustain to be able to cast more refractions. You can also toggle it to mess with last hits and denies for lapses. So, yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's the big brain plays with the Basilius.
It is.
Shocks.
I remember when Envy played Invoker like mid, and he bought a Basilius, and everybody was like, "What? This guy's a mad genius." Now it's just standard.
Yeah, there have definitely been a lot of players that kind of push the envelope as far as laning goes, and you want to try to get every single little advantage you can. D-word in the mid lane by Lapsus.
Yep.
Takes a little bit of vision
Top lane's
away.
gonna be a rough one. He's just gonna every time the jug goes for a last hit. Oh, bot. King already just dies under the tier. Oh, he dies at the camp. Okay. I was like, what is happening? I think he tried to pull or like fissure or something. He just died from dying. Getting slapped down. The Lapsus is doing very well here. He's 8-1. He's not missed a single last hit in the first 2 waves, and he doesn't look like he's gonna miss any.
Yeah, this ring play is not really bothering him at all. Now TA is just kind of keeping it on. It's like he's playing against a bot.
Right. You get the deny.
Lapsus
Lapsus
just-
is absolute just holding in his mid lane. Man, this guy is putting on a show. He's got Electric Vortex now. He knows that his refraction's on cooldown. He's gonna get his bottle. Gonna try to shove his wave out.
Oh, he might miss his first last hit here. Yeah.
Oh, he's missed his first one. But he's got a DD rune, though, so you know for a fact that he's not gonna miss the next two. So this guy is owning. Holy crap. Bot lane Prada is literally just 1v2ing down here. This man is he's just zombie doing disco moves. Styling on King RD. King RD's in a pretty feels bad kind of situation. He has 200 health as an undying. I mean, as a shaker. Really not where you want to be. He needs to be careful. He can actually die. If Verna skills flag here, he actually might die. Oh, he didn't. Okay, he has level 2. Because if he just flags 3 times into a decay plus sword, he's actually just dead, I think, on King RD. If he doesn't pop the stick fast.
Over in the top lane, Ogre about to fall to the Omni Knight, and meanwhile Lapsus is using this double damage rune as best as he can. Misses another last hit, but he's still so far ahead here.
That's his second last hit miss. Dude, Toon's just getting owned in this lane. Holy cow. There's a lot of taunting going on. Well, top lane's just kind of rough for NoPing because Greedy just generally just spams heal and Rubik just fades bolts off cooldown. And it's just a really hard lane for Ogre and Jug to trade against because Ogre's going to be slapping you for like 30 damage, which is pretty negligible if you have a stout shield, especially Omni Knight does. And Juggernaut has a rough time last hitting, especially with the heal. I mean, you're just harassing with the heal as well. He tries to spin on him, but you know, Greedy knows that nothing's gonna happen. Terrence is probably gonna get killed if he doesn't be careful.
We do have, okay. Unfortunately, Junna could not get the Illuminate onto the Undying there fast enough, but
yeah,
need to chase him for a while.
So, mid lane, this TA's doing pretty good for herself now. You know, obviously as levels catch on, she's gonna have higher levels in refraction. Storm Spirit is not gonna be able to contest as well. But Lapsus has been getting stacks. He's been stacking for himself. This guy's doing really well. He's got a medium camp stack as he was waiting for the rune. He's got his illusion. To be fair though, he's been really lucky with the runes. Not to say lucky, but he's done a good job in maintaining, like shoving it out, making sure that he's able to go for.
Also had the Kalo going into the jungle to steal a little bit of the farm from the TA. So trying to keep her back even further because they know that she can farm those stacks very quickly.
Yep. Kato's gonna make sure that he stacks again. Very nice. Verna gets the runes though. So I don't know if it's worth. I don't think it's worth it. You know, that was definitely like 250 gold for the side of Radiant, just picking up both runes. Radiant's got 4 runes now. Oh yeah, actually Ogre stole one, so 3 to 1. Radiant got 3 and Diagon. But King RD is having a rough game, man. This man is not happy. He's kind of just sapping XP.
Yeah, he seems to be falling a bit behind in the mid lane. Templar Assassin in quite a bit of trouble as Lapsus finds his ultimate and gets bloodlusted up to find the kill much easier.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, Lapsus is just doing so well in this mid lane, and well, that's probably going to not bode so well for Unknown moving into the rest of the game. Rubik with the free Fabled and Lift on the Storm. Lapsus doesn't even care. He's like, alright, whatever. You know, you can have that regen rune. That courier almost died.
Yeah. Terrence is, Terrence not doing too bad either. You know, he's got 37 last hit. I think everyone in Radiant is like doing decently well, and Lapsus is just ahead of everyone in terms of farm right now. But Carlo's got a couple of stacks, and he's just doing Lapsus bottom lane. Another one. Dude, this guy is snowballing hard.
Yeah, so they do get the kill on the Ogre, but Storm Spirit just gets another kill. He's 2-0 right now. Meanwhile, Atun, he's still doing okay for himself. His build-up just isn't as fast, and he's falling a little bit behind of the Storm Spirit. He's now 20 CS ahead. Like, Storm Spirit isn't any kind of slouch when it comes to farming up the jungle either. So while the TA sure she can take some stacks fairly well, like, Storm Spirit can also do some good jungle farming too.
Yeah. This is really good because Storm's basically giving the lane Coddle to catch up on levels. While since he can farm really well, there's been a lot of stacks made for him. And he's just farming stacks in the jungle right now and giving the lane to
King RD almost getting the kill onto Undying. He manages to switch the aggro of the tower though before he dies. That was really close. Ooh. And they turn around to kill onto the Coddle. That's a little bit strange. Looks like they want to go on to the Earthshaker again as well. Cauldon isn't available for another 17 seconds, and King RD is going to eat another rocket barrage. There's no chance that the gyrocopter actually dies after that last Echo Slam.
Yeah, I'm surprised he committed for it. There was nothing around there. He wasn't going to hit him with Aftershock either, so uncharacteristic mistake by King RD there. And for that, Coddle dying, they might lose mid tower. No, against Glove. He does do a lot of damage to it though, which is nice. It's a lot of chip damage.
Oh, bottom lane again. King RD getting wrapped around and rocket barrage in the face. He doesn't have the Echo Slam. Here comes Lapsus. He manages to keep the gyrocopter out, and that's the kill that they were really looking for. Zip zap to the side. There's no way for the Rubik to get out, and I don't know if the Storm Spirit's done yet. Coddle starts to tank the tower. Illuminate will come through. Doesn't actually hit the Undying, and the Coddle will use the salve to stay alive. But they're still looking at the Undying as a really good fissure. Lapsus just doesn't have a whole lot of mana. Does he have the vision? Yeah, he can get the Vortex to pull him in. And Prada taunts and dies.
He pings him. He knows he's there. He has nothing for it though.
There's nothing the gyrocopter can do to kill the Storm Spirit there.
Dude, this Storm Spirit is balling out of control. No pun intended.
He's almost got his Kaya as well.
He actually has it. It's on the chicken, I think. Oh no, he was almost there. He's gonna get 2 runes. This guy's out of. He's going crazy. Atun's struggling, trying to keep up with him. He's like 1,500 gold ahead of the next highest net worth.
Yeah, Lapsus has had a really good start to the game. His last hits are just ridiculously high. He's got... How many kills has he gotten so far?
He's got 5.
He's 5-0. I mean, that's pretty much your dream start for a Storm Spirit. And if Unknown don't find an answer to this hero, which, you know, their control isn't all that great until the Rubik really gets online, this is going to be really tough to contend with.
Well, he also just pinged out that there was a rune, a ward, blocking the ancient cap, so he knows. And they're probably going to get a free D ward from it now. Normal locos. What does that mean? I know what normal means. Is loco crazy?
I think so.
Like, it's an oxymoron right there, right? How could normal locos be the same thing?
I mean, if anybody knows about it, I think Lapsus knows.
Dude, Lapsus knows. Yeah. He just said it, so he has to know.
Oh man, everybody's disconnecting now. Did you know that a lot of Earthshaker's utility comes from the massive amount of disable he can output?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, magic immunity from an item like Black King Bar is crucial to mitigating his effectiveness.
Did you know that a Gem of True Sight will not work when it's carried by the chicken or Lone Druid's Bear?
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's pretty embarrassed.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, bears have eyes. They could probably use
Right.
gems.
You could probably see like invisible things if they had a gem.
Yeah. It's just rude.
That should be the thing. The pause 5 lone druid. You just buy a gem. I mean, if it works, obviously. You just buy a gem on the bear, and then your bear just goes around dewarding things. You just buy a quelling blade, and it just dewards things for you. Because it can never die, you know? Holy crap. I'm just an innovator.
That's some next level strats. Like, why?
Obviously, it doesn't work though, so.
Yeah, well, it just told you. See, if you didn't have that tip, if you hadn't told me that, I would have gone into a game, and I would have been like, dude, guys, support Lone Druid. You know, ranked roles, support Lone Druid. It's gonna be great.
Right. They can't kill your bear. You have a gem that lasts forever, then.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so Lapsus has his Kaya. He is farmed with a capital F.
Is under attack.
Terrence, however, isn't doing too hot, but Radiant has 3 cores that are farming pretty well. KRD is not doing the best himself. He's got his phase boots, or it's on its way. He has a bracer. He's probably going to work towards some sort of mana regeneration, like Soul Ring or Bottle. Probably not a Bottle, but something along those lines. And you can go for his Blink Dagger. It's kind of nice.
Storm Spirit
Lapsus
over
mid.
Going for the Gyrocopter, taking a Rocket Barrage to the face. He should be able to get the kill.
Oh
And
my
he
God.
will ball
This
lightning
man.
out. He doesn't have a whole lot of mana.
What the?
He's trying to take care of the Tombstone because there's nothing that he can do.
Oh my God. Okay, he gets punished for it. It's interesting. I mean, he tread swapped actually. He not tread swapped, but he moved his treads into his backpack and then back into the inventory again. So he didn't have the move speed, which is why you saw him crawling right there. I mean, I'm not saying that that would definitely have saved him, but it's definitely not smart to turn off your treads. King RD is just farming.
All that
Radiant's
gold went
just
over to the
coming in.
Templar Assassin as well.
Yeah,
So she now almost has her Deso.
she has it now. She hasn't. She's not doing too bad herself. She's got a couple of ancient stacks that she's been doing. I think Radiant is very happy with how the game's going. They've just got this Rubik, this AFK farming top lane. You know, Greedy is literally, you can't lane against Greedy. This man's just planted himself at the bot lane, and he does whatever he wants. He's gonna run up, you know, just be a man, just heal himself. You kind of want to run away from that. Atoon's dealing with mid occasionally while stacking ancients for himself. So generally, when you're farming 3 lanes in Dota, you're kind of happy, honestly, without being punished.
Ball lightning in once again, going right for the Undying. He puts down the Tombstone, and Storm Spirit has used up a lot of mana for this one, but the Will-O-the-Wisp comes through. Echo Slam on the 2, but here comes the Guardian Angel, and now it's going to be so difficult to take down these heroes. The turnaround comes through. Prada stays alive. They're chasing after the Earthshaker, who's got very little mana to be able to deal with, but here comes the Juggernaut into the fight. Towards the end of it, he's taking a lot of damage, skills up the Omni Slash. Lapsus finds the snipe on the Gyrocopter, and he wants a little bit more. Takes down Prada for 2.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah, he
Lapsus
just goes
just
around.
goes in. Right, he just goes in. He does not care. He's like, I need some mana. Kyle gives him some mana, and he goes back in. I'm excited to see this Kato hit 20 and then, or was it? Yeah, 20 and take the Chakra Magic one and just give him like 620 mana. That's a lot of mana.
And he's still going to keep going with his item build up. He was able to get an Oblivion Staff. I was like, Obsidian something?
Obsidian Staff. It's gonna build an Orchid. And it looks nothing like a flower, but I guess.
Well, that's the weird
what the
thing.
game wanted.
If you look at, was it Nature's Prophet's Cosmetic, where he has an Orchid of Malevolence as a staff? It looks kind of flowery.
Right, it does. Oh, they're doing Roshan. It's an interesting fight room. They have a ward for Dire on the high ground, the northern side.
Well, they figure
Nothing.
with the Echo Slam down that this would be a good time. Ogre gets his Health completely taken away, and now Rubik has Bloodlust. This should make it even easier to take Roshan, but they're going to find even more kills off the back of it. King RD falls to the rocket barrage of Berna, and Achun continues to go for Roshan.
Dude, I'm ready, man. Oh, he almost did it. He like hesitated on that. I was so ready for Lapsus to just zip in, take Aegis, kill like 4
He's
people.
going mid.
Oh! Tried to go for the Rubik that was seeking out. Oh, he zips spawner! He sees it!
Wow.
Oh my god. This man is on fire. That was actually a really good zip as well, because it revealed that they had a ward there, but this ward is literally about to expire. So Radiant's gonna try to commit a bunch of like sentries and figuring out like where the ward was.
Top lane. Terrence is being pretty aggressive. Spin TP out. He'll be fine. He'll actually go right back to farming as he's TP'd to the shrine, the dire triangle.
So it looks like King RD is just going straight for the Ag. He feels like the Tombstone's too annoying to be able to use the Blink Dagger, as well as the traps, you know, and a bunch of like these random spells. And I guess Blink's not the most useful item in this game. He probably wants to scale a little bit better with Ag. Lapsus, on the other hand, is just bottom lane, hitting on the tower. Radiant does take the top one. They almost get the bottom tower, but I guess it's for another day.
That's a tough build-up for the Earthshaker to do. I mean, I get that you probably can't get into fights with the Blink Dagger, but having to go for an Aghanim Scepter as poor as the Earthshaker is, that feels bad, man.
Yeah, he's actually just gonna be like some pause forward looking Earthshaker. He's gonna hit this Ag at like 22 minutes. It's not the worst timing by far, but like it's not the best either. He also needs to catch up on a couple of levels. Terrence, I don't really like his build. He has this he's going for a Manta to drums. This build doesn't really offer any damage whatsoever. Normally when you go for this kind of build, pardon me. I guess the ogre is just feeding, so. Or like, this ogre is nowhere near the last game's ogre. This guy doesn't have boots.
That was
He's
like
so
Saving
poor.
Private Ryan with the coddle. He kept blinding lighted enemies away, and even that didn't save the ogre.
Right. Yeah, but I was saying, like, this Juggernaut build is not going to do any damage. He needs a Maelstrom or something to have impact in this fight. His Omni Slash is actually just going to tickle. Also, Guardian Angel obviously just mitigates all damage from Juggernaut if he does not have Mjolnir or Maelstrom. Oh, they find the He's going to force away.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I like this build from Berna. I think last game where Terrence rushed the Ag Scepter, it's a little greedy. Usually you kind of want a little bit more stats on the hero. Allows you to make moves, take the towers that are important on the map like this before you go into a farming build. Like you generally, as a hero like Gyrocopter, you have such high damage output that you want to be able to abuse that and use it to take towers with your team before you go AFK jungle for your core items like your Ag, your Maelstrom, and your Satanic. Last game, even though they won, Terrence should have probably... Was it Terrence? Someone else was playing... Yeah, I think it was Terrence who was playing the Gyrocopter. He probably should have used this hero to take the mid tower, take these key objective towers, like what Berna is doing right now. I really like what they've accomplished. They got the Desolator, and suddenly all the outer towers are dead. There's one left, and he's already been pinged. This tower is not long for this world.
Yeah, they've done a great job of putting the pressure on the map as soon as they get these tower-destroying items. And they're feeling very confident as well. Templar Assassin going for an Orchid build-up herself, trying to take care of the Storm Spirit just because they realize that they definitely need that tool up against Lapsus. And Lapsus isn't going for a BKB right now, so I mean, that item could have a pretty good impact if they get the right timing.
Right. Storm Spirit might not even expect it, you know, this Orchid. He's gonna, oh, jumps in. He tries to go on. This is interesting.
Orchid burn
He's going
gets
to
the
die for
replay.
this. He's gonna die to the trap. Yeah, I don't know about
Yikes.
this. Lapsus is low-key throwing his game, honestly. Like, he's also going for a terrible item build. I do not like the fact that he is going for a Bloodstone. I mean, obviously, before you see this build from the TA's Orchid, but even then, there is so much magic damage that I would rather see a BKB or a Lincoln's even come out from the Storm Spirit. Bloodstone seems a little too greedy. Terrence, on the other hand, is still trying to buy this Manta style, and I believe that NoPing is going to have humongous damage problems. They do not have any damage to kill anyone. Like, when Unknown picks up this next Roshan, I mean, obviously Unknown's timing is going to be the the second Rosh with the Gyrocopter's BKB slash Ags. Alright, he went for an Ags. Okay. He's probably going to buy a BKB now, and once they hit a BKB timing on that and an Orchid on TA, they're just going to walk out of high ground. Because they have no damage from Dire whatsoever. King RD has this Enchant Totem, but it's still level 1, so what is he going to do? We try to go on Greedy, still alive. This is a bad fight for them. Oh, maybe it isn't.
He's
They
still
commit
alive.
everything.
Soul Rip helps him out a little bit, but it will not be enough. Undying about to get blasted in the face for a kill. NoPing at least find 2. They're trying to
They
turn that
spent
into
all
a
their
tier
spells
2.
for that. Yeah. See, this is the thing though, like, even after killing 2 heroes, they're still afraid to just take a tower. And this just goes to show, like, how much they had to commit for that 1 kill. They used Will-O-Wisp, you know, they did not have to use Omni Slash, but, you know, obviously Omni Slash didn't do anything. But now that they know that Will-O-Wisp is down on cooldown, and so is Echo Slam, once this Omni Knight spawns, they might try to go smoke and pick them off on their side of the map, and it might translate into a tower. They see Lapis on the map, they also see Juggernaut farming the other side of the map, but it's kind of hard to gank Juggernaut just because he can just spin TP out. But I do believe with Desolator and a couple of spells, yeah, they're going to smoke him right now. And they're probably going to run at 1 hero. One or the other, I don't know. They're going to pick one. I would much rather see them pick run bottom and take a better team fight there. But Ogre just breaks this move. If everyone on Dire lives, this is actually really good. Okay.
Templar Assassin also has her Orchid build up. It's being delivered on the courier right now. So this is about to become a really scary Radiant squad. You got your Aghanim.
Remember at the start of the game when I said like they have no catch? Like this is their biggest problem, you know? Like Unknown ultimately cannot catch anyone, or they can't stun anyone long enough to kill them, which can be a problem.
Oh,
so,
there's the Orchid, and the Storm Spirit blows
dead.
up. That's... He didn't expect it.
Does he deny?
Denied. Easy.
Radiant's bottom tower has been
Yeah. They don't have to catch necessary, but obviously when your Storm Spirit silence, you can't hit away anyway, so it doesn't matter. But now they're just gonna go high ground. You don't want to commit everything on this, or are you?
Omni Knight, but there's nothing to keep him there. He's not being silenced. The Storm Spirit's dead. He's not even buying back for
This guy
this.
does no damage. He literally does no damage.
And now this
Juggernaut is useless. I'm sorry, go on.
the Gyrocopter goes to the high ground, takes everybody down. He's not afraid of anything with the Guardian Angel on top of him. And they're going to take care of the creep wave as best as they can right now. Still have the Tombstone on the low ground. So easily going up to high. And Templar Assassin gets started onto the tower with the Deso. Terrence chased away from the tower. Storm Spirit up in 7 seconds. And this is where Unknown might want to think about backing up. They're going to try to make sure they take down the ranged racks, but here comes Earthshaker ready for the Storm Spirit to respawn. He's going to get in the fight really quickly, but the repel goes out onto Burna, and they all get out.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm just telling you, this Juggernaut build is actually just atrocious, I think. I mean, I don't mean to be flaming him, but like, you can tell from that fight itself that he did less damage than the Illuminate did, I think. He kind of just Omni Slashed and
bottom shrine.
nothing happened. And he proceeded to spin and nothing happened either. I feel like he really, really needs a Maelstrom to be of any impact in these team fights. They have no Will-O-Wisp, they have no Echo Slam, they have no Omni Slash. Dire just has to give up this range racks here. They can try to defend.
Yeah, they're going to try to defend, but you know, even without the Gyrocopter BKB, they're not feeling very scared of this high ground push. The Earthshaker still doesn't have his Echo Slam for another 30 seconds. And they have or are just about at the Gyrocopter BKB now. So I would imagine that they keep trying to push this advantage, especially with Roshan respawning in 10 seconds.
Yeah. I think for now they should try to camp these high grounds, make sure lanes are out, and try to get a pick off before they go to Roshan, because Roshan is still very hard to fight into with Will-O-Wisp up and Echo Slam. So I really want to see Radiant at least try to get a pick off before they start doing this Roshan, or wait for the BKB to arrive on Gyrocopter. But yeah, like Dire has just damage problems. Like they can't kill anything. I like this pickup by Lapsus, going for this Lotus Orb, really good against Orchid, but maybe it's a little too late on it. They start at Roshan, the Tombstone gets dropped, Terran shows bottom lane, they already know that the Rosh is there.
In top, Rubik in a lot of trouble. Use Scepter to take the Orchid up off of himself, but Lapsus with the Remnant pop gets the kill.
But they get Aegis, so that's what's important. And now once, I don't know, maybe you don't even wait for the Rubik's one. I think you just walk top right now. The catapult is dead already though. Is there a catapult bottom left? Oh, that one looks like it's dead as well. That's kind of unfortunate. I really would like to see them like protect one of the catapults and go high ground with it, but obviously all the catapults are already dead, so nothing you can do about that. I think there's one thing that better teams do than other teams, and that's like ensuring that you play around these catapult timings. I think they could have definitely ensured this Roshan, and that's what the Rubik was trying to do too. I think he was trying to keep the catapult alive so that he could siege with it, but Dire just did a really good job in catching him off guard and picking him off, and then ultimately just killing the catapult. So if Radiant had a catapult there, I do not think that Dire would have been able to stop the push whatsoever. They would have just had to give up top Rex.
Prada with a long wraparound. He's right next to the Coddle.
Prada doesn't care, man. This guy's just zipping. Oh my god, he's gonna live too.
Going after the Undying. The Orchid Burn would have taken him out anyway, but here comes the Earthshaker into the fight. Have to be careful when you go into this one. Blinding Light. Gyrocopter back a little bit.
You have to be careful. Radiant do not have any catch, and so aside from Rubik Cliff, so after that one that was cast, they have to like be careful. I think they've been doing a really good job of making sure that Dire runs at them, and that's how they get their fights. But for now, you can't really fight when your Undying Tomb is dead. So somebody has to deal with the bottom, and then they could potentially go all the way down bottom lane if they want. Someone needs to buy an Atos. Like I honestly do think that this like Greedy could have just bought an Atos. I actually think like an Atos here would have been really good. Like, he actually just it provides the catch necessary for them to be able to play this game. Just throwing his guy in the sky. Spins. Alright, they have Healing Ward. I think they're very happy trying to go high ground here. Oh my god. Is Atune gonna catch Lapsus here? This would be a big brain play. What are you doing, Berna? Go away! Did Berna ruin Atune's plan? Okay, did they catch him?
Oh, they're gonna go for it anyway. Orchid's there to help him zip zap out, and he will zip zap all the way back to base.
Alright, mid lane though, Juggernaut's
It's a big fight. They find the Rubik, and then it's time for the escape plan.
Oh no, the healing
It's almost dead to that trap. Nice Fissure to keep them out some more.
I don't know what's going on. I know one just don't have catch, and they're just trying to catch people. You need to just run down the lane together. Like
up to the top, Atune goes. He has his BKB available as well as the Aegis. They're just gonna go for the tower instead. Here comes the Earthshaker into the fight. Echo Slam's down, doesn't have it any longer. Buyback on the Ogre to get back in. They really just want to take this tier 3 tower down. Fortification on the towers. Unknown used a lot of their BKBs there, so they may want to be a little bit more careful. Refraction up in 3 seconds. Aegis still there. Storm Spirit to the backlines going after the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter can't afford to go down here. He needs a little bit of help from the Omni Night Witches there, but unfortunately Omni Slash ends up doing enough damage to get them the kill. Atun running away over to the west, blinks out. Storm Spirit gets back into the fight. Vortex onto Undying, and the Yule Scepter was not enough to save the Undying there. Oh, Atun going for this one really hard. Aegis is there, so they have a little bit more time here, and Omnilite is helping the TA out a little bit. Took them a while to kill her. She's going to go back in. She's right next to a Remnant. She'll just walk away. Doesn't want to throw away the game right now.
Greedy needs to be careful.
Oh, this is not good. He's still alive. He's not going to stay alive for that much longer, though.
Well, I mean, I know it had a good grasp in the game, but I think their overzealousness to try to catch people without any stuns or strong lockdown is probably what's causing them these fights. Getting Fire Blast on Rubik right now is really good. You know, he has this really long pass range. They can potentially try to lock somebody down long enough to kill them with this Orchid and BKB on TA, but until they decide that they want to go down with this Catapult, it's going to be really rough. Really being dead, and the Gyrocopter overextending a little bit there wasn't the best. Does I don't know. I think he needs a Satanic. I think if Gyrocopter gets a Satanic, probably is not going to die at all anymore in this game. And I don't think they have damage problems on Radiant. Terrence going for a Scotty. He's going to have it if he wants to buy it. He can always split his Manta, but obviously just wants to see this. So then you want the Manta for the Orchid.
I don't really think that Juggernaut is the target with the Orchid right now, unless it's just like an instant jump from the TA, but usually they're focusing on the Storm Spirit for that, and I just think it's so important to be using it on that hero.
Right. This is why, like, I mean, going Orchid Nullifier on TA is really good, but like, I mean, it's not recently, but people have been going like Hexes just because Hex is just like a targeted dupe, you know, like you don't have to worry about having Yule or oh, look at this.
Oh my gosh, that damage. Yule Scepter and a little bit more is all they need, and the Earthshaker comes in to help out, but it doesn't matter. The Storm Spirit is going to fall anyway. It's okay, though, because the Gyrocopter is dead as well, and the Earthshaker is going to easily get out. TA sees one. Trap should be there. Slows down the Ogre, and there's no one to help out. I'm not sure if she knows it, but she does have the war on the high ground, which means that the Ogre is the easy kill. Juggernaut's here with the double damage rune. Greedy sees it. Doesn't really seem to care right now.
Yeah, it does not matter. If he presses Omni Slash, he just presses R as well, and nothing happens. Not even the creeps die. So, yeah, I mean, that was a good idea from Rubik. The Fire Blast and the Lift was definitely long enough for them to be able to kill the Storm Spirit, but unfortunately, it was just like a little bit damage off, and they got the Echo Slam off from King RD. Kind of unfortunate. But yeah, they're probably gonna see the parents now.
Ooh, the smoke breaks. They go right for this Juggernaut, and it's that instant pick that we were talking about a little bit earlier, where, you know, if you find the Juggernaut first, you may as well Orchid him and go right for that kill. Ooh,
right.
Rubik.
I think this Fire Blast is coming in clutch, actually. He's actually doing the work. He's doing work with this Fire Blast. Like before this, he only had the Lift. So like he couldn't really kill anyone, and Dire was doing a really good job of not giving him any stuns. Like King RD was not giving him fissures. Obviously, you don't want to be taking Electric Vortex, not the best, but still, you know, zip out. They almost catch him. They actually could have caught him there.
They could have, but I guess they want to try to keep the creep waves pushing in, which is so difficult to do.
Right.
This is a long Roshan respawn. It's almost max time.
He's lost his Fire Blast, so he's gonna have to try to get at least. He's gonna try to get Fissure, which is really hard to get. Like most Earthshaker players that are good, will almost never give Fissure away. It's almost impossible, just based on the range that you cast the spell. Fire Blast is a possibility. He's going to try to get the Fire Blast.
The creep wave is pushed in through the mid lane. That gives them a little.
There are 3 creeps though. These 3 creeps are just.
They're on an adventure.
Right. The 3 friends. Oh no! One friend down. Oh no. The 3 friends are dead.
They were very valiant.
TA needs to trap Roshan. It's gonna do it right now. Roshi's gonna spawn soon, so they'll see it. They're probably going to pick up the runes, and then maybe play around this Roche area. Dire knows this as well. They're gonna try their best to play around similar area. Toons just sat and Roche it. Oh, he pushed it. That is very cool. They kind of knew that he was in there. I'm gonna be looking out for this Rubik because I feel like he is going to be very key in locking down heroes that people want to focus. Because for now, like you can drop Tomb and all, you can drop your Guardian Angels, but they have a lot of stuns on Dire. Oh, he needs to help Guardian Angel.
Finally, Omni Knight, he's going to be fine, but he's getting slept a little bit, and he uses the Guardian Angel. Atum will stay safe. He still has a BKB going, though. And Earthshaker's stuck inside the pit. There's a Silence, there's a Nullifier. They find one. Can they get more? That one does have buyback, although he doesn't have an Echo Slam any longer. Trap out onto... Oof. Here, wait, I have something for this. Here, I just need a little bit of setup. Alright. Alright, that's good.
That's good, yeah.
That's what I had for it. Sorry, you don't need to hear that.
I mean, one thing to note too was that Storm had an Arcane Rune in that fight, and he didn't really seem to have much impact there. On another note, like now if TA just continues to trap the Roche pit, they're going to secure this Roshan. Dire have no heroes, no spells, and almost no resources available to contest the Roche. This Juggernaut, it just feels like he doesn't do enough damage. Sure, he does have a Scotty, a Drums, a Manta, but honestly, he just casts Omni Slash and nothing really happened. So kind of feels like his impact in the fights aren't really felt. And Storm Spirit is also beginning to be lacking in damage. And eventually, Earthshaker is going to be the only one that's pumping out damage if they don't try to focus down this Omni, which I think in the first place is a bad idea. So
basically, NoPing just lost. It's over.
Yeah, NoPing just lost. Yeah, it's over. Like in 5 minutes, the game's over. I'm pretty sure. Like when they get the Aegis, I think the game's actually over. Like Unknown actually has to die from to lose, which I don't think is even possible still, because he's going to get Satanic on Gyro, and if you give Gyro this Aegis, there's actually no way they die. Like I really hope they do not give Aegis to Attune. Like Attune taking Aegis in that last fight was so bad. Like I actually thought that was terrible. Because he's not the one that's sieging. Like you need to give the Aegis to this Gyrocopter with the X, because he's the one that's sieging, and he's the one that's hitting the tower. But because he didn't have Aegis, he died at the bottom tier 3. Do you remember that? Like when he like, I wouldn't say overextended, but like he died. So I guess in order to die, you have to like overextend a little bit.
Well, this isn't an overextension at all. Gyrocopter just chases down an Ogre and looks for a little bit more.
Retrap it, TA. Retrap the Roshan.
Oh, he's gonna find. Ooh. Travel time of the Nullifier.
Dude, Lapsus wanted to go for the root, and that's probably what saved his ass. Oh, can't even do anything. He's going for Rax right now. Buyback. Do you really care though? Takes 0 damage. This man takes no damage.
Force Staff away from the Enchant Totem as well.
Yo, you guys need to just solo crest Berna and let him hit the tower. Yeah, nice. Alright, get out and go secure Roshan.
TA goes in, Yule Scepter to help.
Dude, Roshan TA is throwing him. Yo, Attune, get out of there, please.
BKB popped as well. It's so easy to get away.
Yeah, but now they don't have the BKB for the fight. Okay, this is bad.
Yeah, I was saying it was so easy for the Dire side to get away when it was just the TA there.
Yeah.
So now there's no BKB. Tombstone gets fed over to Terrence. And they're still chasing. Storm Spirit goes for TA. They're looking for that one, but he does no damage to her, so she just blinks away. Gyrocopter caught. BKB's there, though. So he does have a little bit of survivability if he can get it off. He's still getting stunned though. Finally, he just spams the button and is able to use it, but the Earthshaker dies, and that's a huge kill for Unknown to get there. Chasing down the Juggernaut, Blinding Light, and the Ignis Fatuus goes down. And, well, with the Earthshaker dead for 90 seconds, no buyback, it is definitely time for Rogue.
Dude, that fight looked a little iffy, honestly, not gonna lie. But like, you know, at the end, Dire just don't have damage to kill anything, so it really doesn't matter.
They don't have damage. I mean, they initiated onto the gyrocopter, which was fine, and then all he does is BKB, and he was at, what, half health, and he's completely fine. And when he gets the Satanic, that's not even going to be an option anymore.
Right, exactly. And now he has Aegis, and he can literally just walk in all these towers. He can even die Fountain, honestly. He has a regen rune, he's gonna be filled up with mana. He's happy with this. Attune, you know, he's got his cheese, but he's probably lactose intolerant. That's why he's keeping in his backpack. And now they're just running to the last racks available. You know, when there's only one objective left, or I guess two. The throne is the next one. But you know, it's pretty easy to notice where you're headed.
Yeah, creep waves are at a premium though, and there is a huge one pushing down in the top lane. There are, what, 6 range creeps, 2 catapults, knocking this down, and now the backdoor protection in the Dire side base. So they're going to have to take care of this problem eventually. Storm Spirit to the backlines to take down the Courier, which had a Claymore
They cannot
on it.
kill anything. This healing ward is doing work. Although they have a problem with no creep wave though, but they realize that they need to protect the mid one. Lapsus sees this. He's definitely going to be zipping down on this creep wave. Let's see. He needs to maybe try to pipe it. I'm not sure like how they intend on doing this. They definitely need to wait for Catapult then, because this Storm Spirit is a nuisance. They need to get Catapult before they can push high ground, because he's just going to be zipping all these waves down. And they also have Glyph, so yeah. Storm has been doing a good job though, pushing up these waves. He had a really good start. His mid game wasn't too hot, but he's doing a good job of just like making sure that Radiant don't just end the game.
Yeah, he's definitely prolonging this one out, giving his Juggernaut maybe a chance to get some damage.
Yeah, it's more like giving the Gyro enough time to buy a Satanic and his MKB, and then enough time to just break buildings through backdoor. And at that point, you actually don't. It does not matter. Oh, Storm's not in position. Okay, they have to be careful because they have no creep wave here, and Storm is trying to cut one more creep wave, but he needs to go home right now. And they need to kill this wave right now, or else they need to go Lapsus. Oh, he's giving up. Is he gonna make it there in time? He needs to reach the no ping sign. Oh,
he
he
didn't
doesn't
go far
make it.
enough.
Oh no.
Well, they're going to go into the base a little bit early. Gyrocopter takes a stun, but the repel is there.
Gyrocopter does not care.
Fortification is used. Creeps are falling. They pipe them inside the base just to keep them up a little bit longer. The backdoor protection is gone. Here comes the initiation going right for the Omni Knight, trying to take him down before the Guardian Angel comes through, and it does. And now it's time for Unknown to let loose. Buybacks from the Ogre and the Coddle as Terrence is running, turning tail and running away from Unknown. Lapsus into the fight. Earthshaker looking for some kind of initiation with the Enchant Totem, but Attune is just let loose inside the base, and there's nothing that they can do about him. He goes around, he melt strikes, he gets his refraction off, and he is killing everything. Ogre dead for 60 seconds. They'll go down bottom to finish off for the Megas to take that range creep, and Lapsus is looking for some kind of last stand. Earthshaker dead. Lapsus zip-zapping around the base as Attune stands strong. A lot of these heroes are low. Berna looking to lose that Aegis, which he does. And I think that will be just about it with the Earthshaker gone.
Attune didn't even pop. I mean, he did, but like only at the end of the fight. He popped BKB. I think this game's over.
Yeah, they'll head on to the tier 4s. Juggernaut about to fall as well. He's been nullified. That's basically a good metaphor for the most of the game, I guess. Juggernaut nullified. Storm Spirit can't carry hard enough. They take down the Rubik. There's a lot of zip-zapping going around, but Attune, all he has to do is focus the base, and this game will be over. GG's called as the disconnects come through. And that'll be it.
Yeah, I mean, the moral of the story is, if you're Juggernaut and you go for Manta Drum's first 2 items without any form of damage buff, I think you're gonna do no damage. I don't want to be pessimistic, but kind of the moral of the story here. Storm did play really well, but he got caught off a lot of times in really key moments as well. So it was unfortunate. I think hats up to Unknown. They played really well. They understood their timing. They went to take all of the outer towers. They got the first Roshan really early with the Desolator. Really good play by them. Took second Roshan. You know, they did kind of falter a little bit. You know, they give up a couple of kills here and there, but eventually they just came together. They were like, okay, let's protect our creep wave, run at the towers, and take all their racks. The game's over. So.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the situation. With that win, Unknown, they secure themselves second place in Group A, which means that they will be moving on, I believe. Actually, no. Unknown are 4. Did Unknown 2-0 Lucchini? No.
No.
Okay, so, well, that makes things a little bit more complicated. Lucchini need to win both games in this last set in
For
order
that to not be a tiebreaker.
Right. No, in order to force a tiebreaker.
Oh, not the fourth, yeah.
I should go do some quick
Wait, are
math
you
before
sure?
I try to talk
Isn't
about
it
this.
3 points for a win? Isn't it 3 points for a
No,
win?
it's just 1 point for each game win.
Okay, yeah. Okay, then yeah, Lucini has to win both games here in order to force a tiebreaker because Unknown is at 4, right?
I think there's
So-
going to be a tie regardless.
Oh, okay.
Because so
Is it-
either Lucchini wins. Okay, the only way there isn't a tie is if Infamous win both games. So the last game of the day is Lucchini versus Infamous. If Lucchini win both games, there's a tie between them and Unknown for second place, which means that there's going to be a tiebreaker. If they win one game but lose the other one, there's going to be a tie between them and NoPing for third and fourth, which means that there's going to be a tiebreaker played.
Regardless.
Yeah. Well, that's fun and exciting, which means we'll have
Isn't it?
we'll have some extra Dota to play after this, I believe. So, we'll be taking a break. There's going to be one last series today to figure out what the verdict is on those, and we'll be back after the break. Cheers, guys.